today, Indonesia is really booming, right? The demand for investment in startups in Indonesia is off the charts at the moment, right? Because of how important Indonesia is currently and even the growth potential for e-commerce for the next 10 years.
I was in the traditional media for around 20 years. Then I saw one by one they changed to digital, or if they don't want to change, they close down.
So startup ecosystem in Indonesia, it started at around 2010. So that was where actually the first company startup was funded. It's called Tokopedia. So along that, what happens is actually we invest in Tokopedia. We wanted to bring a lot of diaspora, that is Indonesians that is studying abroad, to go back home, start something in Indonesia rather than working in, like, for example, in US or Europe companies. So we started them off, I think in 2015, a lot of the guys are actually coming home and they make the boom in startup ecosystem in Indonesia.
To be honest, the marketplaces now re-looking at their strategy, right? You will see more and more marketplaces, in my opinion, look at focusing on the platform and letting enablers like us manage the retail or the business end of it and make it simple for brands to go online.
Indonesia is a very huge market. In Indonesia is that still 64% of the people not have a bank account. It means that they also not have access to financial services. So opportunities for fintech companies are enormous.
So Indonesia is one of the most, I think, tech-savvy customers, people in the world, right? Whenever there's anything they want to buy online, they will first pick up their phones. Anything that you do in Indonesia, you have to be mobile friendly for sure, right? So of course have a website, but a mobile app is definitely the way to go in Indonesia. It started obviously with everybody looking at lower costs, right? But I think convenience now, right, is becoming the buzzword really, and even special deals, right? So people don't mind paying more for the convenience they can get, or even for some value add. So while e-commerce really started with it being about low cost, everyday low cost, it's really now becoming about convenience and what special deals or special value that the customers can get from marketing, from going online.
We are the country with one of the biggest populations, of course, millennials and Gen Z. So you have to target it for the consumers that you want, and you have to focus. And of course, speed. Focus and speed is the most important things, because then again, we have to entertain people, make them amuse and everything. So focus and speed, I think, the most fundamental things.
And that shows also that the potential on the amount of companies available today are also a lot. So you need to find yourself, your niche, your space, what you want to do, who you want to target, look to who else is doing that, and then find your USPs, your unique selling points for yourself.
I think the key for being a success in Indonesia is definitely trying to speak the language. By speaking the language, you will understand the people culturally, you will understand them religiously, possibly, and for sure you'll understand what they're speaking and what they expect, right? E-commerce still doesn't have rules in place, at least government-wise, that control business on e-commerce. But I think there are a lot of new rules coming in place, so it's extremely important for new companies coming in to make sure that they be as compliant as possible when they're trying to enter Indonesia.
So if any company that tries to enter Indonesia, they have to be able to look at Indonesia as a completely different market than theirs. Don't assume that it is the same, but really learn bottom up about how the market looks like and build the solution based on the understanding of the market. I think that's the key to success in Indonesia.